Digging Norway checking in. I'm out in the forest, just behind my flat, just following this path. It's a kind of a ridiculous hunt, but it's funny. It's irrational. I have a couple of founds, nothing unexpected. But here I have this hole. And now I've reached the point that I'm sure many of you are familiar with. This has been 15 minutes of digging in this loose soil, and I have a signal. It shows 2024 at 1 inch. And now I'm at this stage that somewhere down here there is something made out of metal that shouldn't be there, and I'll be damned if I can't find it. So I'm gonna dig my way down to the ground of the mountain in this valley to find this, and I'll get back to you once I have done it. Keep in mind I'm fighting squirrels, rabbits, mice and other possible lethal animals. But everything in the name of science. We will find out what this is, and I will show it to you once we do. Well, it's been another 20 minutes. I expanded the hole and brought in Big Mama, and finally I've got it, and it's my first cowbell or sheep bell, I don't know. That's kind of cool. This is what these handball supporters use at the stadiums to cheer up the teams. It's big. But I got it. It was under a lot of roots. This big one and a couple of small ones. 25 centimeters down. But that's funny about I haven't done a lot of wood hunting, and the only reason I'm doing it now is because it's very short from my home, and I've been studying hard as usual, and I needed to have a little walk, so I wanted to just check out what was behind my house. And it's not many targets, you know, they don't come that often. So once you get the signal, you dig it anyway, even if it's iffy or low numbers or whatever, because you're curious. And then you have this small little fantasy that around 100 years ago some soldier lost the medal here, or some guy lost the silver coin, you know, totally by accident somewhere around there. This little fantasy is kind of luring in behind of your head all the time, keeping you going on. And then these small, these peculiar ones show up once in a while, and that keeps you going. So we still have a couple of hours of sun. I have a cold beer in my fridge. It's a nice afternoon. I can hear the birds. The sun is shining. It's a nice day. So stick with me for a little longer. This is one of the best moments I experience while I do this thing. Under a big root, a thick one. Iffy small signal in the middle of the forest. I eliminate myself down and down and down. At the end I barely have this much soil in my hand, and I move it in front of the coil, and it makes a signal. And I'm just like, there's nothing there. There can't be anything there. And then this small, beautiful little piece comes out, and I don't know what it is, but I'll find out. But it's a coin. It's a small coin. Maybe it's a 2 öre. That would be beautiful. If it was a 2 öre. I don't have it. So it was 30 centimeters from where I found the big cowbell. So this is you know, maybe some cheaper, I don't know what. I don't know, but this is cool. It's only 2-3 minutes after the last coin. Unfortunately, I didn't bring any water, so I couldn't clean it, and I scratched it. But whatever. At first I thought this was just another 5 öre, the ones that we've been finding a lot of lately, but when I turned aside, we have our first Oscar II, the predecessor of Håkon VII. This is my first Oscar II. It's 19th, late 19th century. Now I've had it. I have to go home and clean this up and have a beer. My mouth is dry, my heart is beating. I just want to get home and clean up these finds, have a beer and get back to you. See you later. Taste of summer. Okay, before we go through today's find, I just want to draw your attention to 3 books. Those of you who already are hardcore detectorists, you obviously have them all, but for those of you that are new into this, these are 3 books you should consider. The first one is called Handbook for Detectorists by Gert Gösink. It's a European approach to the hobby. Then you have the guy from New York, Michael Chaplin, who's written a book on urban treasure hunting for those of you interested in hunting in your cities or small villages. And for those of you like me interested in hunting in underwater, we have this small little book by Andy Shabish. It's called Advanced Water Techniques, Advanced Waterworking Techniques, and it has some cool tips. So we don't get to choose among a great variety of literature in our hobby, so I just wanted to present 3 books that I've found useful and a pleasure to read. Now, returning to our finds, the cowbell, washed up, makes a nice sound. We found this little toy, shooting toy, it's like an early Game Boy, and a couple of bullets. Now these finds are quite interesting with regards to the site that I were hunting today, but I'm gonna return to that later in another video. Today I just want to tell you a little bit more about the finds, because the coins that I found, because today I found my oldest coin ever, and I want to tell you more about them. So let's have a look at the coins we found today. Right, returning to the coins. This is the prime catch of the day. You have to excuse my camera. It's not good. I've dived with it a couple of 100 times. I have to get a new one. Anyway, 1876 was it? 5 öre, 8 grams of bronze. What's interesting is that we finally have a new king, Oscar II, and not Håkon VII, which we've been finding a lot of coins from recently. Now this guy, he was actually king for Norway and Sweden simultaneously, because we were in the Union. So he was our king in the period 1872 to 1905. And then in the 7th of June in 1905, there were some political disputes, and this is then hence Norway's Independence Day. So we got kind of we dissolved the union with the Swedes, but Oscar continued to reign Sweden until his death in 1907. He was then an old man, 78 years old, and here's a picture of the guy. According to his memoirs, this union dissolvement really broke his heart, but nevertheless Norway gained its freedom, so we are kind of happy with that. The first coin we found was 1 öre from 1929, not a particularly rare find. They were produced in 5 million samples, and it's 2 grams bronze, and it's Oscar's predecessor, and as you can see it's the H7 Håkon den 7th, also Håkon VII, our Danish king. So, going from a period with a Swedish king, we now enter later in a period with a Danish imported king, so to speak. So that concludes the day. It's been a very nice hunt. When you study a lot and you work hard and you sit in front of a computer for 15 hours day after day, it's really nice to get outside and find stuff like this. It's a tremendous joy, and this is what this hobby is about, at least for me. And I hope you enjoy watching my videos. I hope I'll be able to get back and hunt again soon, but until then, I wish you all the best, everyone out there. I hope you find the best finds in your life on your next hunt, and I'll see you in the next video. Digging Norway, checking out, of course, with a beer, and wishing you all a very nice day. Thanks for watching. See you next time.